There's a strange comfort zone nobody talks about. It's not broke. It's not wealthy. It's that clean, respectable, I'm doing fine income. Around 80K, you can pay your rent. You can take a holiday. You can upgrade your phone without flinching. You're not stressed every day, but you're not free either. And here's the uncomfortable part. Some of the smartest people I know stay stuck there for years. Not because they're lazy, not because they lack talent, but because 80K feels safe. It's just enough to remove urgency, but not enough to create leverage. And that's dangerous, because when your income feels comfortable, you stop asking better questions. You stop optimizing for ownership. You stop optimizing for time. You start optimizing for lifestyle. And that's where most people quietly stall out. The real trap isn't low income. It's moderate success. Let's unpack why. Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. 1. The I'm doing fine illusion. Picture this. You're 26. You worked hard. You negotiated your salary. You're earning 78K, maybe 82K. You feel accomplished. Fair enough. Your parents are proud. Your friends think you're killing it. LinkedIn says you're thriving. But here's the quiet question nobody asks. If your income froze for 10 years, would your life meaningfully change? Would you build assets or just upgrade experiences? Because at 80K, something subtle happens. You can afford lifestyle upgrades, but not asset acceleration. So what do most smart people do? They move to a slightly better apartment. They finance a better car. They take nicer trips. They justify it. I worked hard for this. I deserve it. Everyone at my level does this. True. But here's the hidden cost. Lifestyle inflation quietly absorbs your raises. And once your fixed expenses rise, your risk tolerance falls. You can't take entrepreneurial swings. You can't walk away from toxic jobs. You can't downshift to build something bigger. You're earning well, but you're structurally fragile. That's the illusion. You're not broke. You're financially optimized for comfort. And comfort doesn't compound. Pause for a second. How much of your income actually builds ownership? Not savings, not cash sitting idle. Ownership. Assets that grow without you clocking in. If that number makes you slightly uncomfortable, good. This is where most people stop thinking. 2. Smart people love certainty, and that's the problem. High performers are trained to optimize for predictability. Get good grades, land a stable job, climb the ladder. So when they hit 80K, they double down on the system that got them there. More certifications, more networking, more incremental raises. But incrementalo, here's the thing. Linear effort creates linear income, and linear income rarely creates exponential wealth. There's nothing wrong with earning well, but wealth doesn't come from income alone. It comes from ownership, leverage, and time. And this is where the psychology gets tricky. Smart people fear looking incompetent. They don't like starting over. They don't like beginner energy. They don't like uncertainty. So they stay in environments where they're already competent. Corporate structure, predictable bonuses, clear promotion tracks. Feels safe, huh? But safe income often delays bold decisions. Not reckless ones, calculated ones. Investing aggressively when others hesitate. Building a side asset instead of upgrading lifestyle. Taking equity over salary. Here's a tough one. Would you rather earn 95K forever or drop to 70K temporarily to build something scalable? Most people won't even consider the second option because short-term income feels more real than long-term leverage. And that's how 5 years quietly pass. Then 10, still competent, still respected, still stuck. 3, the 80K identity trap. This is the part that stings. Income becomes identity. I'm a six-figure earner becomes a milestone. Almost 6 figures becomes a comfort blanket. But wealth doesn't care about your salary label. It cares about what you control. At 80K, your life can look impressive without being powerful. Nice apartment, reliable car, international trips, a bit invested, a bit saved. From the outside, solid. Under the surface, minimal optionality. Let me ask you something quietly. If you lost your job tomorrow, how many months before stress kicks in? Be honest. Not theoretical. Real. Because many smart earners operate on thin margins masked by high income. Their burn rate matches their paycheck. So they protect the paycheck at all costs, which means they tolerate things they shouldn't. They don't negotiate aggressively. They don't walk away strategically. They don't invest with conviction. They play defense. And defense rarely builds wealth. This is the mid-video discomfort moment. If you're earning well but feel strangely behind, it might not be about income. It might be about structure. And here's the kicker. The more your lifestyle depends on your job, the less freedom you actually have. Even if your salary looks good on paper, that's not a criticism. It's a wake-up call. 4. Opportunity cost, nobody sees. Let's talk about the silent killer. Opportunity cost. At 80K, you're busy. Career growth, social life, fitness, maybe dating, maybe building something on the side soon. But soon becomes next year, because energy is finite. And here's what most people miss. The years between 22 and 32 are compounding years, not just financially, strategically. Investing $1,000 at 22 versus 32, massive difference over decades. Building a scalable skill at 25 versus 35, completely different trajectory, but moderate comfort slows urgency. You're not in pain, so you don't redesign. And redesigning your financial life requires temporary discomfort, cutting expenses below your peer group, investing aggressively while others upgrade. Choosing assets over applause. It's not flashy. It's disciplined. And this is where most people get it wrong. They think wealth starts at 150K income. It doesn't. Wealth starts the moment your expenses stop rising with your income. Wealth starts when surplus becomes investment fuel, not lifestyle fuel. Wealth starts when you separate identity from salary. And here's the open loop. If 80K isn't the problem, what is? The issue isn't the number. 80K can be powerful. It can also be a trap. The difference is structure. Here's the shift. Stop asking, how do I earn more? Start asking, how do I convert income into independence? That changes everything. Instead of upgrading apartments, you upgrade asset allocation. Instead of celebrating raises, you automate investing. Instead of increasing fixed expenses, you increase ownership stakes. And you do it calmly. No guru energy, no reckless bets, no dramatic LinkedIn exits, just quiet systems. Automatic investing into diversified assets, tax-efficient accounts, skill stacking that increases leverage, exploring equity-based opportunities, building one scalable income stream alongside your job. Nothing extreme, just intentional. Because wealth isn't built in hype cycles. It's built in boring, repeatable decisions. Here's the mindset shift that matters most. Income is survival. Assets are freedom. When you cross 80K, survival anxiety fades. That's good. But now the real game begins. The game of time. Every dollar you invest in your 20s buys future optionality. Every dollar you inflate into lifestyle buys temporary comfort. Neither is morally wrong, but one compounds. The other expires. And if you feel slightly called out right now, that's okay. You're not behind. You're early. Most people don't even realize. They're in the comfort trap until their mid-30s. You're seeing it now. That's leverage. So here's the calm decision. Keep earning, but cap lifestyle growth intentionally. Increase your savings rate quietly. Automate investments. Prioritize ownership over optics. Don't look rich. Build optionality. And if you want to understand the deeper layer of this, the psychological pattern that keeps smart people financially stuck even when they earn well, watch the next video on your screen. You're not broke. You're financially distracted. Because staying stuck at 80K isn't about intelligence. It's about attention. And once you control that, everything compounds.